In this video, I'm going to share 33 tips and tricks that might help you out with your Zenless Zone Zero playthrough. We'll cover everything from beginner basics to some pretty handy and advanced tips. Let's start with the easy ones. The convenience store sells upgrade materials and resets on a weekly basis. They are limited and random, but it should ease up some of your upgrades, especially on the early levels. You can buy C rank, B rank, and even A rank materials once you reach Inner level 40, so check the store at least once a week. You can find and craft A rank W engines at the gadget store. However, avoid crafting B rank weapons since all weapons need W engine chips, which are hard to come by. You can only get them from Notorious Hunt weekly bosses or recycling A rank weapons. You'll get plenty of B rank weapons from gacha pulls anyway, so crafting them isn't worth it. The Scratch Card Mania rewards from the dog newsstand aren't entirely random. On the 3rd, 8th, 15th, 20th, and 27th day of scratching, you'll receive 20 to 100 polychromes. On any other day, expect 2k to 12k dennies or 10 polychromes. So scratch daily to ensure you don't miss out on those guaranteed polychromes. If you're finding value so far, smash that like button like you're smashing enemy mobs. They say it increases your chances of getting S rank pulls. I'm not sure if that's true, but I know that it definitely helps out the channel. Thanks in advance. Any coffee from the coffee shop gives plus 60 battery charge, so you don't need to choose the new Eridu special specifically. More importantly, select the coffee that offers a 100% drop rate increase for the item you're farming that day. But honestly, since the bonus drop rate is only applied to one enemy card, it doesn't matter too much. Also, the battery charge, aka stamina, is added immediately, so you can't save it for later. There are missing cargo trucks that give bonus Internaut XP scattered within the hub areas of ZZZ. So far, there are 4 known areas where they can be found: 6th Street, Brant Street, Lumina Square, and Ballet Twins Road. You can find 6 cargoes on 6th Street, 4 on Brant Street, 6 on Lumina Square, and 4 on Ballet Twins Road. They're pretty easy to find, but you'll need to roam around a bit in those areas. To maximize your video rental store's performance, stick to the 3 suggested genres. Head over to Bangbu 18 and highlight the rental videos in your inventory. The genres will light up at the bottom when they match the video you're highlighting. Make sure all 3 selected videos match the genres of the day. Oh, and always pick higher level movies when you can. Doing this should help generate more dennies for your account daily. You can proactively contact the characters you've unlocked and go with a little bit of meetup with them to trigger an event. Completing these events boosts your trust rank and affinity with that character. Higher affinity means you're more likely to run into them on the streets, plus leveling up your trust rank scores you polychromes, upgrade materials, dennies, and even exclusive wallpapers. Take note that you can only contact characters 3 times a day. Building on the previous tip, you will notice an indicator whenever you're near a character trust rank event. Sometimes you'll need to interact with seemingly unrelated NPCs to trigger these events. Whenever you see the trust event indicator light up, interact with anything around you as it could trigger an event. Completing them will also boost your trust rank. Whenever you run out of side quests, try roaming around other hub areas like 6th Street, Brant Street, Lumina Square, or Ballet Twins Road. Chances are, you'll spot NPCs that will give you some new quests. You'll see a blue exclamation point on there, so they are pretty easy to spot. Also, try visiting these areas at different times of the day. Who knows, you might also discover some hidden quests or collect some HIA coins along the way. Speaking of HIA coins, the guy living in the trash can on 6th Street will exchange them for a random item from his collection. He'll usually reward you with some dennies or XP materials. There are quite a lot of locations where you can find HIA coins, and I'm not going to cover them in this video. But to give you a rough idea, you can acquire HIA coins by talking to NPCs with gray speech bubbles or interacting with sparkling objects in different hub areas. Pay attention to the NPCs' dialogue, as some tasks require you to speak with other NPCs, take photos, or do something not immediately obvious if you skip reading. ZZZ has a day and night cycle, and some quests can only be completed at specific times. Certain NPCs also appear only at specific times of the day. Time advances when you enter the hollows or complete a side quest, but you can also skip time by resting. To do this, click the sun or moon icon at the upper left. Clicking it will advance time, allowing you to tackle the quests that are only available at certain times of the day. At higher Internaut levels, you get better rewards and unlock S rank drive discs and materials. Try to save your battery charges until at least level 40 for maximum benefit. You can only get materials from weekly bosses 3 times a week, and they reset every Monday. I would suggest doing it at the end of the week. just in case you can reach a higher internaut level to gain better rewards. The next tip is a bit of Gacha Gaming 101. Make sure you complete your daily errands to get a consistent flow of polychrome. Daily errands also gives you a huge amount of internaut XP to level up your account. At most, it would only take a couple of minutes to complete. So if you only have a few minutes to spare, choose to do your dailies more than any other quests. Don't waste your hard-earned polychromes on the standard banner. It's a resource that will be pretty hard to come by over time. Limited time characters are usually better than standard ones, so save your pulls for them instead. You can earn polychromes by achieving milestones in each arcade minigame mode. Each mode offers up to 350 polychromes. With 4 modes currently available, you can collect about 1,400 polychromes just by playing these minigames. You can earn 1 master tape each time you level a character up to 20, 40, and 60. But given the resource scarcity early on, I'd suggest focusing on leveling up just 3 characters initially and 6 characters at most. These 6 characters will be your go-to squad for the Shiyu defense content. Every character you unlock in the game comes with a training simulation that lets you get a feel for their mechanics. This is a great way to discover effective skill rotations and decide if they're worth your investment. Sometimes you'll even get insights into the best team comp for that character. But more importantly, these simulations reward you with polychromes. And since polychromes are scarce, especially for us mere mortals, every bit helps. Like other Hoyoverse games, you can check their website daily to snag some bonus resources, including polychromes. It only takes a few seconds, and these bonuses really add up over time. Clearing the hard mode content is an excellent way to get accustomed to endgame challenges like Hollow Zero and Shiyu Defense. You'll definitely notice a sudden spike in difficulty when clearing those 2 contents, especially since most quests before these are pretty easy. These challenges often come with time limits to achieve an S rank clear and acquire the full rewards. But beyond that, they reward you with Denny's, Agent EXP materials, Weapon XP materials, and polychromes, which is always great. Plus, I bet you'll have a better experience with the game if you tackle those contents. The video archive section in your room lets you dive into the game's story without the hassle of menial tasks like talking to NPCs in the open world. But you can also finish some agent story quests there. Finishing these quests rewards you with Denny's, Agent EXP, Weapon XP, Bangbu XP, and most importantly, Internaut XP and polychromes. Each agent story usually comes in 3 parts, unlocking as you increase your Internaut level. Make sure to check this section regularly to level up your Internaut faster and earn more polychromes. In the early stages of the game, it's not recommended to use your stamina in the routine cleanup mode to farm for drive discs. Instead, prioritize upgrading your character skills and levels first, or tackle the Expert Challenge. The Expert Challenge only costs 40 energy and rewards you with materials to upgrade the core skills of your characters and audio boosters. I recommend waiting until you reach Internaut level 35, which will allow you to fight level 40 monsters that have a chance to drop S-rank drives. Upgrading the core skill passive not only enhances your character's skills, but also provides bonus stats. For example, Ben can gain bonus energy regen or base attack whenever you upgrade his core skill passive. Billy, on the other hand, gains crit rate or base attack, while Kaleda gains impact or base attack. So make sure not to overlook upgrading your character's core skills. In Zenless Zone Zero, you can switch characters in reverse order with a handy control. On PC, the default key is C. You can use it in combination with the space key to get more control over your character rotation. This helps you quickly switch to your main DPS, especially when you trigger the stun status on enemies by filling up the daze meter. For stun-type characters, the impact stat is very important. It speeds up filling the daze meter and boosts your chain attack rate. Whenever possible, select weapons or drive discs that enhance the impact stat through main stats, substats, or effects. There are only 3 stun characters currently in the game, and they are crucial for endgame content like the Shiyu defense. And out of the 3 currently available stun characters, only Anbi can be acquired for free. Even if you manage to get Lycon or Kaleda on your standard pulls, Anbi can serve as the stun character for your second team, so investing some materials into her build is not a bad move. Since I mentioned Anbi in the previous tip, let me share more tips about her mechanics. You can fill the daze gauge really fast by consistently using her Thunderbolt skill. Thunderbolt has a higher daze multiplier, so it's a good idea to trigger it whenever she's on the field. To do it, simply long press your left-click mouse after her third attack. You can also follow it up with the special attack or EX special attack. Anbi is excellent at filling the daze meter quickly, plus, the early game free weapon is perfect for her. Attribute Anomaly causes different reactions in various monsters. For example, applying shock to a mech enemy will deal instances of electric damage as well as interrupt them. I could create a dedicated video guide for this if it's something that you guys want to see. But for now, here's the TLDR version. Also, attribute anomalies last for 10 seconds before expiring. Building up from the last tip, let's talk about the disorder effect. When you trigger another attribute anomaly on monsters already affected by one, you activate the disorder effects. These effects vary based on the attribute that is initially applied. Again, here's the TLDR version. The ult meter, or decibels, is shared by the whole team. Usually, it's best to use it for your highest damaging character, typically your attack agent, after stunning. However, this can vary depending on your team comp and situation. For example, I have Kaleda, Billy, and Ben on my team, but Billy isn't well built. So I prioritize using Kaleda's ult for boss monsters. In fact, using your team's ult on your stun characters can be a great strategy. Probably not the best, but it's still not bad. Just make sure to time it well, using it once the monster has recovered from being stunned and the daze counter is reset. Switch cancels is a thing in this game. When you switch characters, the previous agent stays on the field momentarily to finish their attack. While not essential, this can boost your DPS, especially in challenging content like Shiyu Defense or Hollow Zero. One thing to note here is that you can't swap back to the agent on the field until they finish their attack and disappear. Perfect Assist has impressive scaling across all characters, so make sure to use it whenever you have charges available. Also, it's best to execute it with your stun characters to build up daze counters faster. Filling up the daze meter will likely trigger chain attacks for your team. However, once all chain attack chances have been used up, the daze meter will gradually decrease with no way to increase it further. So, after completing your chain attacks, stay on your attack agent and deal as much damage as possible. Do this at least until the enemy starts recovering from the stun status. I hope these tips proved helpful to your Zenless Zone Zero playthrough. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Your support means the world to me and helps keep these videos coming. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate every one of you. See you in the next video.